What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. It is Shay. I missed y'all so much. I know the title of this video is Where Have You Been At, Sis? And I know a lot of y'all have been wondering where I've been at. I first want to come on here and just thank you all for reaching out. I don't think I've been going off of YouTube that much, but then when I clicked on my channel to see when my last video was, it was 30 days ago. So I want to thank all of you guys who reached out just to see how I was doing. Many of y'all just was making sure I was okay. Many of y'all asked me if I was done with YouTube, and I was like, no, sis just needed a break to get her priorities in order. But I'm back. I'm back with the braids, okay? Back with the braids and better than ever. But I'm back. I'm excited to be in front of the camera. I'm excited to share updates with you guys, and I'm excited to get back to doing things. If you guys notice the lighting in the background changing, we're filming under natural lighting today. I'm doing some changing with my lighting for filming, so that will be upcoming shortly. And this was supposed to be a chit chat get ready with me, like with makeup, but I tried to film this twice while doing my makeup. And for those of y'all who follow me, no, I cannot multitask. Like, I can't talk and do my makeup at the same time. So this is gonna be a simple update. We'll talk a little bit about the semester that I just completed, and we'll talk about what everybody's been waiting for, the career change. So if you're interested, make sure you stay tuned. If you're not already subscribed and you're new, hey girl, make sure you subscribe on your way out. And let's get into it. All right, guys, starting right off is basically the semester recap, and I'm gonna keep this short, simple, and to the point because a lot of y'all have followed me through majority of the semester. The semester was from January to May. My last video actually on my channel that had to do with my MP student journey was my clinical or OSCE day on campus, which was a great opportunity. And I just wanted to take this time to kind of explain to you guys a little bit about some things that I've been going through. Transparency is key on my channel. So since I've started as an MP student, and even before, if any of you guys have watched my video on deciding to become an MP, you know imposter syndrome has been something that I think I struggled with before the journey even started. Definitely a lot during this semester, especially as I got to know more things, and also learned that I had so much more to learn. Long story short, the OSCE experience should have definitely been done like last semester, because it was able to, in a humble way, up my confidence, but also show me that this is something I am capable of doing. So y'all know me, manifestation Shay is like, I'm gonna be an MP, I'm gonna be a provider, I'm gonna be that girl, you know, handling these patients, making sure they're getting their quality care, and also making sure we, you know, have good wellness. But Shay in her bed at 11 o'clock at night when she's studying for a test is like, I know I can do this, but am I really about to do this? So that situation just was able to show me my growth and what I really have learned from MP school. Because, you know, you get to every day, you know, you go through the textbooks, you take the test, you get your grades back, you're like, okay. But sometimes you don't really get to see, even in the clinical setting. I mean, my clinical preceptor was amazing. I was able to go in and see patients. Like, she literally made me take on that role while still being a preceptor. Like, I wasn't doing her job, but she made me take on that role. But actually to be able to, you know, apply those skills and techniques along with what I learned from class into that opportunity on campus really helped show me what I needed to improve on, and how much skill set that I actually was able to do just fluently. Like, I literally went into that thing, y'all. I mean, I studied, but I just went with my flow, and it was really like, I'm not gonna lie, it was amazing to see myself, like, the growth that I've had, but I still got a lot of growing to do. So semester and a half left, and your girl will be getting those credentials, but I am taking it in the most humblest way. I've really taken the opportunity to also try to fill myself with people around me who are in the position where I want to get to, and make sure I'm leaning on them for support as needed. So with that being said, I basically ended the semester A's in both classes. The tests, the finals were dumb hard. Like, I don't even want to revisit that, y'all. If you follow me on Instagram, you knew I was livid. Like, I was ready to cry after I took those exams, but everything worked out in my favor, and the semester's done. And I do have a summer class, which y'all will hear about in upcoming vlogs. That'll fly by. I'll have about a month and a half off, and then we're gonna kick right back into the semester. and get things rolling. I'm almost done, and like I said, it's scary, but it's happening, and I'm, you know, doing it. Because this is the recap also, if I did not mention it before, I also did, I always mention the classes to you guys that I took. So I'm considering it 3 classes. I took my adult 3 didactic, no, 2. I'm taking 3 next semester. I took my adult 2 didactic, adult 2 clinical, and also a role development and leadership class, which basically is trying to help you transition from, bedside or just registered nurse to advanced practice nurse, which I think is the course we actually should have took right before we graduated, but it was very helpful because we got a lot of the information early, and I just hope I can remember it for, you know, the next semester. So as the light dims down, it must knew what it was time to talk about: the career change. So this is the tea I know a lot of y'all have been waiting for, and I'm going to try to keep it brief, but I'm also going to try to give you guys just the most transparent input that I can, because you will be following me with this journey as the months are to come. So most of y'all know I kind of faded off the YouTube wagon at the end of April, and that's because I really was struggling not only with school and trying to make sure I had all my assignments done, and I was studying, I was still working, but I was also having some really big fat nurse fatigue from work, to the point that it was like really mentally exhausting. I had already been struggling previously, and you guys know I was a big pandemic warrior. On my floor we had majority women, and y'all know when it's majority women, women are having babies and things like that. So with the women who are having babies and then the people who have pre-existing medical conditions, it really left me as like a pandemic warrior, like floating to the floors that were dedicated to the pandemic. I was usually one of the first to be picked. When we were a pandemic unit, I was usually one of the first to go on that side. So I really had a lot of already fatigue built up from that. And then the things that are have been going on at work have just been a little stressful, especially with staffing and just like trying to get things done. And this is not a problem that's going to change regardless of me changing my career, but I also feel like I got out of what I call my honeymoon phase in nursing. So honeymoon phase in nursing is kind of similar to honeymoon phase in a marriage. I was gonna say in a wedding, in a marriage. So y'all know that lighthearted, great feeling when you first get married and you're just like, I don't know, I'm over here talking like I'm married, but y'all know what a honeymoon phase is. I don't have to explain it. So when your honeymoon phase ends, I always tell my friends this, you have to just, it doesn't mean the marriage ends, you just have to find ways to, you know, enhance and build and grow your marriage, even though that lighthearted, new, fresh feeling is gone. So what are ways you can do that? Explore different ways of intimacy, explore different ways of communication, explore different experiences to have with each other, experience other parts of your love language. Even though there's people think it's 1 or 2 love languages and that's it. There's 5, first of all. People can have multiple, and you can also express all 5 to each other. You don't need just one. Even though one might be your characteristic, you know, love language, the perfect relationship focuses on all of them in a balance, and you're able to intertwine and reciprocate both to each other in different ways, in different forms, on different levels. And that's how you kind of, you know, up that honeymoon phase when it kind of fades. And I look at nursing the same way. When your honeymoon phase ends, it means basically it's time for a change. So I'm not blaming my career change on, you know, the environment I was in. I'm not blaming it on, you know, staffing ratios and all this stuff, because I know this is things that are still in progress for change for nursing. But I will say I knew it was time for me to go, and I knew it was time for me to go when I was coming home very late one night after a 12-hour shift, which actually ended in 15 hours, and I was fed up, and I got on the computer and filled out applications. So filled out applications, y'all. Funny thing, as late as I filled out those applications, I got responses back the very next morning when I woke up. And I actually took the end of April to take that opportunity to step out on faith, because part of me staying in the position that I've been in so long has been fear. Not even fear of like just changing, but just knowing that I was so comfortable in my routine, go to work, go to school, go to clinical, go to my other job, keep it basic, that I was afraid that if I did anything to shift that like type of balance that I had, it would make everything else crumble, and that was not true. So I was able to go on a few interviews. I will be sharing with you guys within the next couple weeks where I ended up going, what I'm going to end up doing, and I'm very excited with the fact that I will be going through a little bit of a phase where I dwindled down from, I guess they call me seasoned. I'm only a 4-year nurse. I still consider that baby nurse, but I'm seasoned where I'm at, but I'm going to be a new baby where I'm going. And I'm a lifetime learner. I like to learn. I like to get, you know, all that education in, because I like to be able to handle situations while still knowing that I have support and help near me. One of the biggest things I can tell you guys for nursing as far as traits is humbleness. You need to be able to ask for help. I know you guys get on social media, you see these nurses who are like boss behind nurses. They're traveling, they're doing this, they're doing that, they're handling the floor, they're handling their patients. They getting it done. But the best nurse you can have is the nurse that's not afraid to ask for help. Because I'd rather have the nurse that asks for help and knows the correct way to do something than the nurse that has done something once, hasn't done it again in the last 5 years, and feels like she don't need to ask nobody because she knows what she's doing. Confidence is good. Cockiness is for error, and I don't want no error over here. So I am just looking forward to that experience. I will tell you guys a little bit of just a quick synopsis of some of the interviews I went on. Two were outpatient experiences. So one was basically an outpatient center, kind of like a surgery center, kind of like a dialysis center. One was community nursing, and one was kind of like a little bit of a step up, but not exactly critical care. I actually did get offers from 3 of them, and the only reason I didn't get offer from one is because actually in the process of doing that interview, we found out that my schedule is not conducive to that, and that was the community nursing job. I'm just going to come out and tell you guys straight clean. My dream job as an RN finally landed on my lap, and I could not accept it because I had to look at my future, and that is something that I didn't think I was going to have to face. A situation I did not think I was going to have to face, but I also had to look at the positivity of that situation. One, y'all know when I do get my MP, one of the places I do want to go is into community nursing. So I kind of got an idea of what that was from my interview experience, and I was also able to connect and network. So when I do get to that point in my career, I might be able to actually go back there and say, hey, I interviewed as a nurse, but y'all want to take me as a nurse practitioner? Because the vibes was flowing. That was a very good interview, and I really liked the fact that for that interview I was able to actually tour the place and do all these other things. But y'all know community nursing and like primary care and things like that are 8 to 5 Monday through Friday. When you're an MP student, the best schedule you can have is a hospital or an outpatient center schedule that focuses on 12 hours, because you can do your 12s and then you have the rest of the week to study or do your classes or your clinicals and other things like that. So that was how that went. And it's like, I was laughing because I told the lady, I said, if I found this career 3 years ago, I would not have went back to MP school. But that's kind of the beauty of how God works, because he knew where he wanted me to be, and that's why I didn't have that job 3 years ago. So y'all tired of me yet? Because I know y'all tired. Y'all said, Shay, you've been going, but you ain't been going that long. So we're going to close it up here, guys. So in the next couple of weeks, like I said, you will be with me on this journey, switching gears a little bit. It's not a huge change. It's not a crazy change, but it is a change, and it's a change that needed to happen. I do want to thank you guys again for, you know, following up with me, reaching out to me. Even during my time off YouTube, I was on Instagram. A lot of you guys DM'd me to make sure I was okay. My subscriber count still, you know, grew, and you guys were still watching videos, and like my watch time was still decent and everything like that. So I really appreciate that, because that was the first thing I thought. I said, oh my God, I've been off YouTube for a month, and when I go back, I'm gonna have to start from scratch. And you guys really showed that support where it's not saying that I'm going to go away again, but you were allowing me to prioritize and get myself together. So when I came back, I was able to actually provide you guys with quality content, because that was the other thing. Like, I was doing filming here and there in between, but I wasn't about to sit here and post something that was just trash for y'all. Like, it really has to be something that's like quality. So upcoming in the summer, we're going to be doing a lot, because y'all know summer course for a couple weeks, and then it's just work and y'all, and I love this thing here. we're gonna go back to the basics with a lot of stuff, because also a lot of the DMs and questions and concerns I got were just things that I never thought I had to make videos on, because I thought like everybody knew, but everybody doesn't know, and it doesn't mean it's a bad thing that everybody doesn't know. I just didn't realize that like you know, like somebody will watch that when I make it, but it is, you know, good information. It's things I can research and things that I know that I can provide you guys with, so you can be able to go on whatever journey you decide to with yourself. So I'm gonna close the video here. I will see you guys in the next upload. Next upload I think will actually be a vlog, so you guys will be following me around. If you like what you see here and you're not subscribed, make sure you subscribe. I will see you on the next video. I'm so glad to be back, and let's get this on the road, right? Hey, Shai with the braids is back.